I feel like the final segment of this episode of Made in Abyss is a perfect way to kind of represent that we're moving away from the cutesy happy stuff and moving into the bigger picture, the darker picture of this series. Because when you see Reg and Rico, they lower themselves down into the abyss, and you see just darkness, and when they disappear in sight, I feel like that just represents that we're about to have a radical tone shift. I've talked about this already in the past. I think it's very obvious by the way this series is set up and had some certain themes behind the scenes that it's going to be a relatively dark series. Just the question is, where is it really going to go from this point forward? How far is the writer willing to take it? That is the question I have been asking. So when you think about it like that, I'm just curious about the future of this series. But anyways, let's talk about the big point of this episode. So to summarize, the episode is spent on Rico and Reg prepping themselves to finally dive into the abyss, go deeper and deeper to meet Rico's mother that apparently sent her a message. Now, we don't really know, it's not confirmed or not, if her mother is still alive. For all we know, it could be someone else that probably gave her that letter. I mean, we have no idea because we haven't really seen the person or even seen the person on screen, Rico's mother, to confirm if she is alive. However, that is the objective. So we have the goal of this series. Rico wants to dive down into the abyss to find her mother, but also she wants to be able to explore it in the first place. It's something she's always wanted to do. She wanted to see what the abyss was like. She wanted to see, you know, why so many go to such lengths to go down there. She's finally being able to figure out why people would do this. And so we now have the actual in-game goal in sight for our characters, and we also have where Reg, the reason why he wants to join is because he wants to understand why he forgot his memories and where he came from in the first place. Because from what we know from the limited information we've been given these past couple episodes, is that obviously Reg is very special. He's a walking relic that's like a robot. He might have at one point in time been a human boy that was turned into what he is, or something else entirely could have happened. Maybe he was made. We don't really exactly know. But he wants to understand why he forgot everything, why he doesn't have his memories, and go down. So when you look at it like this, we have the reasoning for why Reg wants to go with Rico. It's not just because he wants to protect her or he grew completely close to her in just one day. He wants to find out his identity, where he came from. Now Rico, like I said, her objective and the reason why she's doing certain things, it makes a lot of sense too. And when you throw in how society has kind of brainwashed these kids, then it makes even more sense. So overall, we have the objective in sight. We now are diving into the abyss and going to get to see it for ourselves. And I just want to say, I really love the map layout in this episode. A big fan of the way the artwork looked in that. I don't know how that was represented in the manga, but I really love the way the map represented the different layers and all that, and what they could expect and see while they're going deeper and deeper. I mean, we already found out in the last episode the repercussions of diving down, and if you were to try to come back up, you would have the curse of the abyss. We heard about that, but getting to see a little bit more details to how it looks and all that, it was very jarring, very eerie. I mean, when you see, like, you know, the 5th and 6th layer and all that, you're like, holy fucking shit, that looks really fucking creepy. So I'm just really interested to see where this series is going to go, because I'm a big fan of adventure manga or adventure literature in general, like anything that has characters setting out to the unknown. It's something I like. I know it's nothing special, but I truly enjoy series like this, where you go to like unforeseen lands trying to figure out what is there and not really knowing what to expect. You're with the characters while they're on an adventure, and you have no idea what they're going to expect or what they're going to see at all, and nobody knows. And so everything is a mystery, and you can enjoy the ride, because when the characters are surprised, most likely you're going to be surprised as well. So I love these type of series, and I do love series that have like a darker atmosphere to it, because I feel like it's not going to be all happy for too long, because it's been way too calm these past couple episodes for the way the series set the tone up in the first and second episode. So I just don't believe it's going to be just, you know, sunshine and rainbows in the next episodes. I give it about 3 episodes. 3 episodes and something bad's gonna happen. Just, I give it 3 more episodes. Something bad is probably going to happen. But anyways, though, let's talk about one quick thing about this. Let's talk about the situation that Rico is doing and what this means for her to dive into the abyss. Number one, she is diving into the abyss, which means that she is not thinking about coming back at all. When she was talking to her friends, everyone that she grew up with or has been in the orphanage with for a while, she was basically saying her farewell to all of them, which is, in a sense, at one point, looking at it, it's kind of sad that they're departing, but in another sense, you gotta realize how kind of fucked that is when you think. We found out about the curse of the abyss. If you dive deep and you try to come back up, it's impossible. You will lose, your humanity, or you'll, die. And that's what we found out about, and going deeper and deeper into the abyss means that will happen, and there's just no point of return once you get too deep. And so because of that, I'm very, like, freaked out about how, Rico is just like, yeah, this is probably farewell, I'll never see you again and all that, but it's like she's going off to die, because she will never come back. She will never see her friends ever again. That is not a possibility. The only way she will ever see her friends is if somehow she finds, like, some form of way to get back up to the top, which we don't know. We don't know details of the abyss yet, or if her friends come down after her after some time, maybe a couple months to years, maybe they might come down for her. So something like that could happen, but still, with her saying her farewells, with Reg helping her out also saying farewells, and, making sure nobody's leaving on bad terms, it's kind of like saying, I'll never see you again. I'm gonna die down there, and this is the final time you'll probably see me living. That's kind of fucked. That's really fucked. Think about that. That's fucked. So, Made in Abyss. Great series. I love the setup and the casual atmosphere of these beginning episodes, because I expect some really good things in the future. I'm really expecting some crazy shit, and I'm looking forward to the next episode, because we're finally diving into the abyss where we won't know what to expect. I mean, it'll be the first layer, obviously, but I mean, we're gonna probably get to see stuff that we haven't seen before, get a little bit more mysteries on how the abyss works. I'm just super excited. I think many, like myself, can all probably agree that this is definitely looking to be one of the best series of Summer of Anime 2017. I'm very hyped to see this every single week when it comes out on Friday, and as I said last week, I'm thinking very, very hard on starting the manga. I might start it today. I'm not even gonna joke. I might start the manga of Made in Abyss, because it's a series that's caught my attention. I like the tone of it, the characters and all that. I really want to know. Honestly, this reminds me a lot of a reverse Tower of God. I mean, there's different circumstances and stuff, but it reminds me of Tower of God in a certain way. So, I'm like, this is pretty fucking interesting. I mean, it's like Tower of God, but like I said, just slightly different. But, that's about it. I might read the manga. I'm really, really debating it. I really am. I don't want to read ahead to keep these kind of as my first impressions for the anime series, but the series has me so engaged with it, I want to know. Really, really badly. So, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. If the day goes right and all that, I probably will read ahead. But you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.